But Landon is dead as fuck, so who's really winning here?
We are, because Arya's still on the fucking show.
Hold up.
If she turns off her humanity, like what could possibly do that? And we kept being delusional. We're like, well, she ain't gonna kill him. She ain't gonna kill him. And then now it's like, yeah, she definitely did.
So I rewatched WandaVision, and the parallels between Hope and Gollum Landon and Wanda and the vision that she created.
I'm obsessed.
Yep, I've heard that too. The Arya candle, yeah, it's just part of the podcast.
Yeah, Arya candle is just part of us now.
I brought it out on purpose. Like, but Landon and Clark are brothers. I'm like, but Clark is a Gollum, Landon isn't. So
that was a human.
But don't they have the same dad? I'm like, that's what I'm saying. They probably don't.
Jesus.
Hey guys, it's Iz.
Hey guys, it's Naj.
Hey, it's Robyn.
Hi, it's Vic.
And today we're here with a Handon weekly Q&A. We told you guys to send us questions, which you did. We probably got like 50 questions.
You guys went all out.
Yes.
We got way more than that because we got like repeat questions. And then
so we got a lot.
I just didn't feel comfortable of us answering. And so, yeah, we have a lot of questions. And we've kind of down.
Yeah, so you guys asked us a lot of questions. And, we obviously took away repeats and whatever questions is not our opinion-wise. So we cut them into general / Handon and Landon and even the personal questions that you guys asked. So let's hop into the general section. The first question is from Michelle. What's your guys' theories on how this season will end?
Well, we always end with a hand in something. So
yeah, we do.
We're going to end with hand in something again.
Handon being powerful. Handling the God concept then.
I'm hoping it ends with if we don't get it beforehand, which I'm pretty sure we'll get it beforehand, but I would like it to, I just want that theory to be true. The one that we said last podcast was about Ben being Landon's biological father, because it works perfectly into them bringing in gods, because they've already technically brought gods into the show with Pothos, right?
Yeah. Well,
so
and Ben did say that like monsters are the least of the problems.
Yeah.
So it needs to be a bigger threat already in the way. So I mean I hope it does. I hope it ends with the concept of God as well, because it's just going to be like a new threat because once again Hope doesn't have a threat besides like the one chick that's left. So we obviously do need to introduce another thread. And the fact that so I was on TikTok and I heard that somebody said that Legacies is the most accurate to like the Vampire Diaries, because you know how the Vampire Diaries, the books, had like supernatural aspects like like the bats, stuff like that. And they said that gods was in the books, but I don't know if the gods were in the books.
Angels and stuff in the book too.
Yeah, they had like angels and stuff. So they said that this is like somewhat with the supernatural realm. And I feel like, Hope is technically a god. So what makes, that's why Aurora kind of mentioned it. So it makes sense for God to do.
Well, and they have that sarcophagus and everything. You know how I want season 4 to end? With Handon fucking happy.
Can we that? I was about to say.
Let's not go that far, okay?
Yeah, okay, but what if it doesn't like that? Like, what if it doesn't?
Yeah, they can give us like a new threat, but like with Hope and Landon knowing nothing about it. Like they be happy into finding out on season 5, like I'm okay.
Like what if it's like how the Vampire? I mean, the original was like season 5 is going to be a time jump. So technically, at the end of the last episode of season 4, they're happy, and then they spend 4 to 5 years happy, but we're not going to see it because we'll be robbed. So we're going to go there. We're going to get a time jump.
Because it's looking like it's a very good chance, very high chance that we will get a season 5.
Yes.
And there's people who are saying that they don't even think this will be the final season. I personally
feel like it should be, because the main plots that we've had been introduced to, such as Triad Hope, the merge, like those were like, and then like besides like Landon, his Phoenix powers have been basically reducted 12 times. Those were the 2 main storylines. Like we've been waiting for them since they were kids to encounter these 2 big storylines, and they got covered within the same season. Like this whole so I don't think there's anything else to be dragged unless.
I've honestly felt like it was going to end with 5 seasons. Like I've always, I think I even said that back when we first started the podcast, that I thought it was only going to be 5 seasons. I mean, it would be nice if it was more, because we love the show so much.
We purposely said that we don't think they'll have more seasons than the originals. If they do, then by all means, I'd love to see it. Yeah. But I feel like the main plots have already been covered in those 4 seasons.
If you think about the endings of so season 1, it ended with Hope jumping into the pit. So they were separated. Landon forgot Hope. If you go to the real ending of season 2,
is Landon and Hope.
The other one still ended with Hope and Landon.
Yeah, and they melted. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, no, but the real end of season 2 was
Landon melting.
And
the fake season 2 was them both being in a sleep trance.
Yeah, season but we don't. Well, yeah, but still, the sleep trance. And then if you go to the real ending of season 3, you have Hope killing Landon. So
and then in the fake season,
fake season 3 is still
Landon. It's still them finding out that Landon is.
So Landon and Hope, as they should. Yeah. As they fucking should.
Yeah, the end of season 4 is going to be a Handon thing because it always is. But like,
they're gonna be traveling.
But like, can we have them doing it together rather than one disappearing?
It's
just so like annoying. Landon said, even if we couldn't do it together, being happy, let them fucking be happy.
Yeah,
they won't.
Like them traveling, they'll be backtrack to Europe.
They'll never be happy.
We have been waiting.
One thing about Handon is that we'll never be free. We'll never be free.
We'll never be happy.
Always trauma.
Well, I thought that it was going to be at the end of season 3, it was going to be Hope dying and Landon crying in that. So what if that's actually the end of season 4? Humanity back. We don't know about his powers. They deal the whole God thing. And then the end of season 4 is that whole Romeo and Juliet thing where he sees her get staked with the stake that can kill her. And then because if you think about it, 3rd season, Hope disappeared. 2nd season, Landon disappeared. 3rd season, Landon disappeared. So 4th season,
Hope disappeared.
Hope
they just want the choice that they made to matter,
and it didn't.
When we start is I can't.
Don't even. Okay, so
we kind of went into the second question too, which is what do we want to see happen in the rest of the season?
It's already kind of covered that.
Landon in different clothing.
Landon with
Phoenix. Out of Limbo.
Landon with Phoenix powers. Full Phoenix powers.
Phoenix powers. I still want more No Humanity Hope because I fucking love No. But I want the reunion. I want the Handon reunion, and I want Landon.
But we also want Heretic Lizzy, No Humanity Hope, and Landon interactions.
Yes, and we want Ben to be the DNA for Landon. We want Landon to find out that he's part God. Could you imagine?
That's gonna be an OP power couple right there.
Yep. Well, they did say, Hope did say power couple stuff, so we know it's coming. They had a power stance, even though that was technically Malivore, but it was still a power stance. No, but they gave it to us before we knew that, so it was a power stance. And then the Golem Landon, it was power couple things that Hope had said. So we know that power couple part is coming. It's just we have to wait for it. And now with the Sphinx back,
I still can't believe Danielle was like, they're going to be on a little bit of a break right now. And the fucking break is that Landon's dead and Hope is like going on this fucking spiral. And you're like, the only way that they can go on a break is just because they don't want to and they don't have a choice.
They're on a bit of a pause, but I don't see that.
Yeah, they're on a bit of a pause right now.
For sure.
This was the pause.
Like taking the time apart, I guess they're on wheel.
Yeah, they're on a pause.
They're on a pause because Landon is DEAD.
We see you, Danielle. We see you.
Danielle.
But like you say, it's a pause, not a break or anything. It's like they pausing the relationship.
Okay. So if we go into the next question, which is any more theories on Ben, which is by I'm really bad with names. Ada, is it Ada?
Yeah. Please, Ada. Sorry.
Do we think that he's the master that the Sphinx was talking about in season 2?
I mean, that would make sense as to why he was working with him then. because he wouldn't work for Malivore. I mean,
Do we think he's there for the good or the bad?
Well, see,
the good, because he's been
if
the
you
lane.
think about it, because remember the Sphinx wanted to protect Landon.
Yeah.
If Landon had the DNA of Ben, of a god, obviously he would want Landon to be protected.
Oh, that makes sense. The other master because he wasn't.
Yeah.
That makes sense because the whole thing where it's like he's not in cahoots with Malivore or whatever.
Yeah. And that used to be like the theory of like they thought that it was Sayla who was doing something in Malivore, but it makes sense for him to be. And then plus he's not even in Malivore anymore. He's in the Limbo, and he's still having loyalty, which means that this person is either alive or on Earth right now. I mean, on living right now. So. But hopefully with Ben, we see more about the God aspect and what type of God he is. Well, Robyn already talked about it last episode, but I mean, well, you won't be seeing it until,
which makes sense with the Sphinx's crown.
With the
Phoenix
he has a coin
in his crown.
Because he had a coin on the crown too. He had the Phoenix and then the coin.
Yeah.
And he's Egyptian, and Bennu is an Egyptian god. Sphinxes were usually oracles to gods.
Yeah. So
the fact that he has a phoenix on his head, and
the thing that we really never dissected his actual attire at all until like a certain hint that you'll probably now know since you watched the newest episode that got dropped on Thursday, or two Thursdays ago. Yeah. So, are we dropping this? Okay.
This is next week. It's next week.
Okay, so 1 Thursday ago. Now you know what we mean about the hint that we got. So now we have to dissect every ounce of jewelry, costumery, if there's even a word, everything that's been everything at this point.
Like, so knowing the phoenix being on the Sphinx's hat with the coin. And with us having spoken to Jennifer last week and everything having some sort of meaning in it, that is definitely something to do with Landon.
Or Arya.
Oh, we loved Arya. Hopefully.
Now you guys know what the hints meant. Anyways.
My favorite thing is still the chest piece skull cap for...
Yes, that was it. That was it for me.
The best thing we never had.
Yeah,
that was the best.
Mine we never got. You guys know what mine is because
the Finzy. Yeah.
When she said that, I was like, okay.
We had no choice. Okay, so the next question is, how are you liking this Limbo thing so far? Torture, pain, despair.
It's because we know.
I would say it's cool because I was there when they filmed part of it, but other than that, it was
I feel like the only thing that's keeping us alive really is Landon. Like, we love Arya with all our hearts. And we're happy to see this sassy Landon. But hashtag save my son. Get him out there. He's with people that's holding him back. You have the necromancer who hasn't tried to get a coin at all. And Alaric who's trying to cheat his way back to Earth to live.
Nothing getting drunk while Landon was trying to get his coins.
And he did get them coins. And he had to give them away.
Although...
And the Limbo is just here because we need Hope to be with our humanity.
Him getting all of those coins too, that basically confirms our theory about how he would be a really good counselor or a helper in some way.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he was able to get all those coins, but
that was a lot. That was a lot of coins. That's probably $2,000.
He's literally the purest. He has the purest heart.
He's most selfless. Yeah, he's the most.
I want Ted to be like a father figure to Landon.
Okay, so that's the thing. Is what I really like about Limbo is his and Ted's relationship.
Yeah.
Because they've had some really good conversations in there, and I think that's what Landon kind of needs to. Because he's never had that.
Yeah.
He's not really. Yeah.
That will really help round things out for later on. Also because Landon's really good, Ted's trying to make amends, and if Landon's kind of like this counselor character, we know that he can be because of all those coins that he got, it will not only help Ted, but it'll help Landon in the long run because he'll have had someone in a parental figure to the way that Alaric kind of was to Hope.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know.
Yeah, but hopefully, the good thing is that unlike Landon, like with Landon, he got somebody that he hated and now is cool with. While Hope has one reversed since Alaric
I
has
was
been
literally
using her
about to
for
say, I was
power.
like, let's hope it doesn't end the same way that Hope and
Yes.
Alaric
Yeah.
relationship
He found out
ended.
because
Literally.
we thought that Alaric actually cared about Hope, and maybe he did in the end because of that scene in her room before she died in 403. But it started out as, well, I'm only taking her in because I need her to basically be a shield to my daughters.
Yeah, and to be honest, and to be honest, in season 1, we thought that he actually cared about her, but now I look at 102 in a different light too, because look how fast he was able to throw her father in his face.
He jumped so quickly. Yeah. He was so worried she was going to turn out evil in that sense that he almost like babied her. It was kind of like, it feels like the whole, keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. And so I felt like he felt like Hope could have been an enemy, so he kept her a lot closer.
Yeah.
Than
he deserved that beating. He deserved it.
I don't care.
If we go back to Limbo, I feel like with Limbo, I like the idea of it, but I feel like it's going a little slow right now.
It's going slow. Yeah, it's going slow. There's no progress at all, and it doesn't develop any other characters except for like maybe.
It hasn't really answered any questions. Like,
questions.
Why does Landon have to atone for Malivore? Why is Rick's jar the same size as Ted's? Like, why do they have to collect all these coins? Like, what?
Right, and when did this upgrade? What did this update cost? Like, Hope didn't have a coin jar.
Hope didn't have a coin, and the Chiron was willing to take her necklace. But then other people don't have coins, but then they get like it's just there's more questions than answers.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
And the thing is that if Landon getting possessed by Malivore meant that he had to do some atones, then why when Hope was possessed by the Hollow, she didn't have a coin for her atones? Like, see, this is not what I'm not understanding about this random, like, it's like they just throw things in the air to add to plots as to why Landon can't come home faster.
Well, it's because they have to keep him and Hope apart because they know that
that's the only thing.
Alive, they'd have no Hope, no humanity, no storyline.
Yeah, just like
we are starting a campaign. Okay, hashtag free Landon Kirby.
Free Landon.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ted better go to peace. He doesn't get a full time to live. Well, then they couldn't even get a second.
Better go to peace too.
I'm not playing. No games. The next question is, what are your thoughts on the future of the show now that one of the Saltzman twins is leaving, plot-wise, and how will this change the characters' dynamics, such as Lizzie getting more screen time, such as plot lines? This is by Ren. I personally feel like this kind of can literally drop a whole season off our backs. Like, cause we thought that the merge was going to be touched in season 5, and season 4 is going to be more on Hope and like her being a full triber. But now we have 2 big storylines happening at the same time, which now means that season 5 can be literally anything. More so, I guess, more of Lizzie learning more about, how to control her vampire side and learning more about her powers, such as, Hope. But it could build a new dynamic with a lot of characters because now they're at their highest peaks. Like, we got Hope at her full triber side, Landon potentially being a full phoenix. We got Kayla with the dragon, Ethan with the other things. Now we got new characters, which means that we can now explore character dynamics and developments than just worrying about monsters. Because season 2 failed with that. The fact that the only person that stood out with character development was Lizzie, but everybody else just ran in circles and got reconned. Hopefully this season
2 was basically the Josie show.
Yeah, the season 2 was just a scrap. Like, it was just like, oh, we had a concept and then we just scrapped as soon as it started showing. And I feel like now it is more promising that every character can at least have more flourish and more fleshed out storyline now, at least from what we see.
The way that I see it is, I know a lot of people are upset that Kaylee's leaving the show and that they're afraid of what direction the show is going to go. For me, I saw Josie's storyline really ending towards the end of season 3. Like, the way that they brought it about, it's like, it got to the point where it's like, what else were they going to do? I mean, it's the same story for her over and over again. Her trying to be this person, blah, 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 and, it just ending badly for her. The way that I see it is I don't see the show being any different because for me, I didn't watch it for Josie. I watched it, you know, for Hope and everything like that. But I don't see the show going any different than what it is now. Like,
So
this
no
past
offense,
this
but,
past is
like,
this past is promising. Like the vampire, like older viewers who gave up on the show, and even people from the other shows, other universes, are like, oh my god, watch this. I've seen so many people promote from other fandoms, like the Vampire Diaries and the originals, talk about like making edits about this now. Like they're like, oh my god, like whoa, No Humanity, Hope, and Heretic in the same season. That's wild. Like that's so promising.
That's
like,
another thing is people were like, why would they make the girls the vampire in the same season? Keep in mind, Hope turned into a vampire at the end of season 3, technically.
Yeah,
so it's not bringing the same thing in the same story or the same season.
Right.
Lizzie turned in season 4. Hope turned in season 3, technically.
Yeah.
And like this is how
This is a
television
badass-
works. Like
This is
we
a
have a
badass
lot of
story.
characters.
Yeah.
we've been wanting the
Heretic Lizzie and No Humanity Hope teaming up. This is like, I don't know how long they're going to carry it on, but I really want Hope's blood to be the one that turned Lizzie, because that would make it even better.
So I kind of have 3 parts to my answer for this. One, having Josie gone really takes away from the codependency between the twins, because if you saw Josie leaving in season 3, going to a new school, and how Lizzie was basically obsessing over the fact that her sister was gone, and you know, all of that. And so having Josie gone from there, it kind of breaks the twins apart, breaks that codependency apart, and gives a chance for both characters, even off screen, to be independent of each other, which they haven't had their entire lives, because I mean, I get it, they're twins. So 1 for that. 2, if you think about Lizzie and Hope in this sense, Hope had to have the one thing that she loved the most taken away from her in order for her to have her No Humanity storyline. Her blind spot, if you think about it. Lizzie's blind spot is Josie. To have Lizzie go into Heretic Lizzie, taking away her blind spot in the same way that Landon was taken away from Hope, really creates this different dynamic in how Lizzie views things, because her sister isn't around to hold her back. It's almost like her sister is part of her humanity too. So without her sister around, what is she going to look like? What is she going to act like? We kind of already saw that split when Alaric got hurt, between Lizzie wanting to hurt Hope and Josie being like, no, we're going to help her.
That's another thing, is like what Jennifer brought up when we interviewed her, where she said Lizzie's going into a dark place. And at this point we hadn't known about Heretic Lizzie or whatever, but everything she was saying makes complete sense now.
Because now she normally would have like Josie or Alaric to talk to, and the fact that she doesn't have none of them right now to talk to, and and Hope is not going to be like, yeah, let's be positive, because Hope has no humanity.
So it creates a very different dynamic on the show. One that I think the writers are actually really fucking smart to dig their fingers into, because it just creates this. There's nothing. It's almost like Lizzie doesn't have her safety net anymore, you know. Yeah. And then the third part of it is they're the first twin siphoners. We've thought all along that Lizzie turning into a heretic would be the answer to solving the merge. Who says it will? We have no idea if it will, because they're the first twins who are both siphoners of this coven. And what coven is there even to lead? That's literally just the 2 of them. So like, people are upset that the merge storyline is done, but who's saying that it really is? We don't know, because they're the first in their coven of this generation. They're the only ones of their coven. And so like, what storyline, first of all, was there going to be for this, other than the typical like usual Liv and Luke and you know, Joe and Kai, and like, it just, having it this way, it's just such a refresher, because it's, the merge is a same old storyline. Like, the way that they can shake it up now and then have it come back and be like, you know what, this is completely different because they're the only two Geminis in existence.
And now that Lizzie is a heretic, you got to think about this, because heretics have technically their own magic now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because she is filled with magic is when she's a vampire.
So
how does that change the dynamic between who's going to win?
Now
Josie being a siphoner
magic.
Yeah.
So how now they're technically like Kai and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So what if her becoming a heretic is what needed to be done in order for the merge to continue?
Yeah. And I feel like the way the writers like made the Josie plotline was like she can never be happy around this world because she cannot bear the, I don't know, like the weight of having to protect everyone, because I don't think she can, because she gets too overwhelmed and then she gets too stuck in saving everyone, and then she can think about for herself, like she like puts herself at second, and that hurts her and hurts her relationships and hurts everything. And I think that they made seem like Josie can never be happy in the supernatural world. Not like she can be happy as a siphoner, but like I don't think she can be happy in a world like she's like surrounded by supernatural, like the cool.
Because everybody she's attached to is some way somehow always getting hurt.
Yeah.
And she can't just keep living that cycle of, oh well, things will be better when it's not.
She's very much like Joe in that sense, if you think about it.
Yeah, what she said, even what she said to Finch when they were having that talk at the end, which is like she's like, I'm so happy you found a home.
Yeah.
It's like at that point where it's like Josie doesn't even feel like that school is her home.
Yeah.
And
you know, was like Joe, exactly.
Which is why Finch was very much like boundaries can feel like betrayals, because Josie has to put these boundaries up. But Josie is so much like her mom, and her mom put her magic away and lived a completely human life.
Yes.
I mean, more so to protect the coven, you know, even though Kai was in a prison world, Jo did not have to give up her magic, yet she did. And Josie is very much like her mom.
Exactly.
So, well, hopefully we'll see more, and I'm actually kind of excited to see their dynamics, but
yeah. I think it's gonna affect more like Lizzy, but like Lizzy and Hope have like a very strong bond right now.
Yeah, because with Josie we've seen more of Josie's powers and how she has a difference between Dark Josie and regular Josie, opposed to Lizzy, and we're now seeing Lizzy's powers be more shown. And now since it's like a boost,
because Lizzy's always been afraid. Lizzy's been ruled by emotion. She's always been afraid to be powerful, which is why we never really saw her do too much magic. And she's been coming into herself, whereas Josie needed to learn how to embrace that side of her, which she did with thanks to Finch, because Finch helped her. But now she needs to figure out who she is with those two sides on her own. And Josie has already let go of Lizzy. She let go of Lizzy in season 3 when she decided to move away. Now it's time for Lizzy to let go of Josie.
Yeah, and also it will definitely either prove to Lizzy that she can like be able to handle it, just like how she thought that, you know, she admired her mom for handling how she became a vampire, and how, you know, her mom's life had like been fully clear, and hopefully now Lizzy can determine if it's clear for her as well, and see what happens. So the next question is from Ren as well. I know all of you are against Ted and Alaric coming back from Limbo, so discuss this briefly. If they do, where do you think this will leave them? Will Ted leave and come back when needed, like Clark, or stay at the school? And how will Alaric react to heretic Lizzy and Josie leaving? So the first question was, where do you think this will leave them if Ted and Alaric comes back? We hope they don't come back. I feel like if anything, Ted already had pretty much 3 times of his closure. He lost Necromancer. He made atones with some of people that he done wrong, and he's making his rights with Landon, who he's but there's no reason for him to come back. He has no reason to be here. He has no other characters to talk to. Like Josie's not here obviously, but she's not going to make amends with him. Lizzy and Hope are not here. He don't know Ethan, and he don't know Jed and Caleb, so there's no reason for him to be here at all. And there's no reason for him.
I feel like Ted's purpose is Limbo. Ted's purpose is to help Landon in Limbo.
I feel like at the end of the day, they're gonna sacrifice themselves for Landon or something like that.
Yeah. And then the second part is, will Ted leave and come back when needed? Hopefully not. Like we said, we think he's more so for Limbo with Landon opposed to coming back on Earth. He's already made his decision that he sacrificed himself before. There's no reason for him to do it again.
Not to mention he's tired. He doesn't want to come back alive. That's Alaric and Landon. Well, it's not even Landon. It's Alaric right now. Well, now it is Landon because Landon wants to get back to Hope, but it wasn't before. Ted's he just wants to go to peace.
He wants to go over. Like he's done. He's done his time.
He's tired.
He's really tired. And plus, he don't remember his some of his life. Like he pretty much been living in a blank world because he don't remember anything. So
yeah.
And then the second part is, how will Alaric react to Heretic, Lizzy, and Josie leaving? I feel like he's gonna be more mad. I feel like he's gonna blame Hope more than anything.
Yeah, he's gonna blame Hope.
I feel like this is gonna change their dynamic for the rest.
What if he kicks Hope and Landon out of the school?
Yeah, I was about
to say. And it goes to the time jump of them being away.
Listen, I'm all for it. Kick them out because their lives would be 10 times better without you.
Kick them out, and Landon's not gonna leave Hope by himself, so kick him out.
I mean, look how quickly he fucking forgave Caleb. And yet, watch what's going to happen with Hope.
Oh my God, love make you do stupid things, but then trash
he's very much tougher with Hope. He's like, he puts her in such a high standards.
Yeah.
And then it sucks because she's still a young woman and she's still learning like everyone. Just because she has all these powers doesn't mean she knows how to use them or how they're gonna affect her. And Alaric doesn't think that. Just because she's called my son daughter, but like she's his daughter, she's not him.
Exactly. I just like Alaric he's not gonna forgive it. Because especially Lizzy. Like with Josie, I feel like he's gonna be like, oh, it's my fault, maybe because I wasn't here for her. But Lizzy, he's gonna blame Hope. You like see you just,
which makes him more of a hypocrite. Just something to say.
Yeah.
Well, MG and well, I think MG is gonna blame Hope too.
Of course, he definitely is, because I feel like he's gonna blame Ethan and Hope.
He's gonna blame Ethan.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna blame Ethan, which is gonna ruin me, Ethan. Okay. Next question is from Pops. If Hope had to choose between being a tribal with humanity and continuing doing good to other people, or take a cure that will return her formerly mortal state as human, and I mean, well, technically she will not be human, she'll still be supernatural. Can live normally with her own family, in your opinion, what do you think Hope could choose, or should choose, and why? I mean, we can't tell her what to choose. Honestly, I feel like it's whatever she feels. Like, we can't decide that for her because that's her life, and it just depends. Like, I feel like she already gave up being with her parents. She technically did. Like, she would rather save the world or make sure to protect people rather than just take the cure and live with her family. Like, she denied it from Rebecca, and she did not go into peace with her family to save people that she cared about. So I honestly don't know.
I think it depends where Hope is gonna be at the story at the time.
Yeah, like I just feel like
if she's gonna have someone to protect, or she's gonna be like thinking about her future with Landon. Depends where she's gonna be at the story.
Hope is very proud of who she is, of her heritage, and being a Michelson. And so I don't think that she would want to give up that part of her. Because if you think about in the originals, when Greta wanted to have her bind to her werewolf side, and Freya was going to do it because they were trying to get Haley back. And Klaus had come and disrupted the ritual because he couldn't have her hiding a part of herself because he knew the pain of that. And so, like, I feel like with Hope, she's very proud that she's, part wolf and part witch and now vampire, because of her family.
That wolf side of her. She's like Freya said, she's all even parts her mother and her father. Mm-hmm. But that wolf side, that's her mom.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I've always been upset they haven't really embraced that wolf side much because, great, she's Klaus Michelson's daughter, but she's also Haley Marshall's daughter. Like, come on. Haley Marshall was a badass woman, and I feel
Iconic.
like, you know, she hasn't been really represented much in Hope, and it kind of annoys me. And
the closest we got was like her being an alpha, and then she killed the pack. So yeah. So Hope, but maybe that Freya line will come into play, of that Haley will be fighting her way to be shown in Hope. Since Klaus is kind of, we've seen more of Klaus and Hope right now. Maybe the Haley side will be fighting through the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Who knows? So the next question is from Nuria. Hopefully I'm saying this name right. I'm trying. Someone may end up in the sarcophagus by the end of the season, whether for long or not. Who do you think it may end? Who do you think it may be, and how the story may play out, and the last stake left in school storyline, and whatever it can do to Hope. Okay, so the first part is, who do you think will be in the sarcophagus by the end of the season?
Probably Ben.
It probably maybe Ben will be the reoccurring enemy with Aurora, because Aurora's not going to be leaving. She's going to be recurring.
I'm gonna say Hope, just to spice it up a little bit. I'm gonna say Hope.
They're out there on the universe. I swear to God.
It was meant to hold a god, right? Did they say anything else about it?
Well, they said they wanted to throw it into a freaking river and make her drown over again. That stuff was not needed.
It's just really strong. It's indestructible, and it can hold a god. But if it's indestructible, you can't get out of it. No one. What if? I don't think it's. What if they have to lock Lizzie into it for some reason? Because
because she can't control herself. Remember when it was a hospital? Maybe she's
remember in the originals when Klaus got bitten by Marcel?
Yeah.
And Freya had to put them all into like was it a Chamber Shasta she put them in, like to kind of like suspend them in their coffins from the poison from progressing and stuff like that? So what if they have to do that for Lizzie?
But also it could tie into like maybe she's really can't control her bloodlust, which is why there's so many calls for like people to be on set maybe.
What if Hope bites Lizzie? It's a werewolf bite. And so they have to like freeze her body in time because Hope still won't, because it's only Hope's blood that can heal her.
Well, they have the Hope blood at the school.
But how much do they have? I'm just thinking that it's to have Hope locked up or to have Landon locked up just feels like it's, I don't know.
I really need it to be Ben, because if Ben is causing like people around him to act up, maybe they'll put him in there for the time being. Like if anything, I feel like maybe Lizzie, if she can't control her like her blood lusting or something, but I feel like she'll maybe be able to control it. But who knows when it comes to Legacies?
Alaric.
I actually don't know. Like, what if Alaric try to get Lizzie to drink some rabbit blood, and Lizzie's like, no. And it says in the last stake left in the school, I cannot believe Ethan has it, and I feel like now that MG kind of became a hypocrite and snapped on Ethan, that could probably lead to Ethan maybe burning the stake, or he probably keeping it hidden, and it could get in the wrong hands. Because
he's probably keeping it hidden for Lizzie, because he said that if I can do whatever, like to make her look at me like that, like there is no way he's.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like
he can leave and go after her because he can feel guilty.
But if Ben can control Caleb
and
Ethan,
yeah,
he can control the two of them to attack Hope, and Ethan has the weapon that can kill Hope.
Again,
because honestly, if Ben is threatened by Hope to the point that like he's going to probably do something to have them keep that stake, or have something that he can remotely kill Hope with, that would be crazy.
You know what I think is funny, and I'm just thinking about this now, is Ben literally said, the least of your monsters are the least of your concern. And at the end of season 3 or 404, Hope said, there is no monster like me.
Like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you may be threatened by that.
Well, I think it was like them saying like, we think that Hope may be the villain this season, but really she's not, because monsters are the least of their concern. She called herself a monster.
Yeah. Oh.
My question is, will he be able to control Landon when he comes back? Because
No.
Landon was possessed by Malivore.
No. No.
I hope not.
Let my boy be free, because at this point,
like he's tired of people using Landon.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this.
Or will he be able to control Hope, or like how do his powers, like what are his powers? So
going back to the sarcophagus or whatever it's called, thinking about, and I'm going to keep bringing up House of Anubis because it literally is paralleling the show. Spoilers, I don't know if you guys care, but they had these other ones that were like kind of against the wall that surrounded that one, and those were able to put somebody in there, and then that person who was in the original sarcophagus could control their minds in a way. So you have this one sarcophagus in the middle, which looks like the one that was shown in the last episode, and then they had these other ones that surrounded it, and once you put somebody in there, they were being controlled by that person, if that makes sense. So if going back to what you said, is if Ben is able to control everybody, but is there a certain thing he has to do in order for that to happen? Like the sarcophagus, if it comes back into play. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, or this, like, well, I mean, I'll have to get into some reading about it, but man, who knows? The next question is from Felix. Now that Josie's gone, besides the pack, what do you think or hope to see from Finch in the rest of the upcoming episodes?
I want to see more about her and Jed relationship. Yeah. They started, but like they didn't go through it.
Yeah.
Like and they can be like full alphas.
Yeah, and I also want to talk more about her trauma and like how she like had to grow up at such a young age.
I want to see between her and Landon. That's all I ask. Please.
Mention, yeah.
Maybe because it could be because if Landon comes back and she's still trying to learn how to adapt to being an alpha.
Yeah.
Like how, like, we'll see. But I hope we get more about her past and how she felt during that time. So.
Yeah. Can I just want I'm gonna be stuck on this question. I just want to go back to the sarcophagus once more. There is, what if its power is linked to the person who it belongs to? Like there's I can't even. Naj, can you mute us for a second?
How can I do that?
Like, can you mute like what you hear, or just like turn your volume down for a second?
Okay.
Okay. So in Angel, there is and spoilers if anyone doesn't want to hear this for Angel, but there is an old world god by the name of Illyria. And Illyria is linked to her sarcophagus, which was in like an old well or an old, like, I think it was a tree. But anyways, when she touched it, she was able to transfer her life force into, like, it created like armor, and she was able to transfer her life force into someone else. And so it makes me wonder if Ben and the sarcophagus are linked the way that Illyria and her sarcophagus were linked. You can give her the thumbs up that she can come back in.
Okay. Let me turn my volume on. Dang, so what was it, a Buffy spoiler?
it was an Angel spoiler.
Oh.
But anyways, that's just don't listen to that part.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go to the next question. I had to get that out.
Okay. The next question is from movies that stand out. Do you think the Triad storyline is resolved, or we're going to see more of them? And where do the monsters fit in all of this? And why did Ben say the monsters are the least of their problems?
I do not think Triad is over with.
Yeah, because Aurora's still here, And Aurora's gonna definitely come back.
Well, also, I pointed this out before, but MG's class was literally Bloodlines and me. And they're talking about the bloodlines of Triad, the original bloodlines of Triad. I don't think that was just a throw-in line. And we have always assumed that MG was part of the bloodline. So, like, I still think that Triad's... Why did Triad have the sarcophagus? Why did Triad have the Argus? Why was the Argus guarding all of those books and stuff? Why was it so easy for Hope to find that, for them to break into there? And why did the Argus not attack them? Like, it's just, Triad is too heavily involved in all of this.
They've been doing some undercover stuff. So
they're playing a chess game, and right now they're in the middle of the game.
Exactly. So then it says, where do the monsters fit in all this? I honestly don't know. I feel like Robyn kind of touched that in the Ben situation about the monsters being least their problems in the previous.
I don't think that the Argus was a Malivore monster.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because it didn't attack Hope, and if anything, it wasn't scared of Hope. So
yeah, I think it had to do more with Ben.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for Ben.
I'm excited. So
that's bed, Maya. Anyways,
bed. Hashtag bed. The next question is from C. Michelson. What do you think happened to the other red oak steak? Do you think Ethan has it, or does Lizzy stash it somewhere safe? Well, she gave it to Ethan, so it's somewhere where Ethan
hid it somewhere. He hid it somewhere.
So the next question is from Handon Legacies. Do you have any theories about why it's only Caleb and Ethan acting crazy when they're around that person last episode, and the reason why they want to kill him?
It's because they have the powers from Malivore,
they have the power. Yeah, so I feel like maybe since Malivore has given them these powers, that they're probably going against someone that they see as a threat, maybe, or that since since Ben considers to be a god of rage or some type of higher power, that can cause their other half to act crazy. And that's pretty much one thing I can.
What if he heightens their powers, though? What if it wasn't that they wanted to kill him? Well, no, Caleb did want to kill him.
Yeah, he did want to.
But it made him go berserk. So, like.
Yeah. So I feel like he may cause I feel like it may not be to kill them. I mean, I feel like it may be to kill him because he did burn him to little crisp. But I feel like it could definitely be causing a fight between both, them and their monster side, which maybe confirms that it's not normal to have that.
If Malivore was drawn to power, and he used the monsters because the monsters were controlled by Malivore and they were doing his bidding, what if they're drawn to his power too? Like, that's why they kept attacking him, because they were drawn to his power. What is Ethan's power? Like,
invisible. Like I said on Twitter, he's been here for 3 business days and we don't know anything about it. Like, so he's become invisible at will.
Yeah, and he was able to phase through things. And he can make other people invisible, because remember, he made Finch invisible.
Yeah, and he did the dummy that he's practicing.
Yeah, so like
he made Lizzy invisible too, right?
What is he?
Yeah, I don't know. Is there even like a name for supernatural superpower? I guess it's just superpower. I don't think he has like
Invisible Man. I don't know.
Invisible.
I was gonna say Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Invisible Man. So the next question is from it's about Posey reunion in Europe. Rodrigo.
Oh wow.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah. Hopefully, because they already mentioned Penelope in season 3 from that girl, and then have her never come back again.
Yeah, Gabby just like disappeared.
Gabby just.
But I didn't even see her in the background. Like, the next question is from Bex Vega. What is Ben going to talk to Jet about? I feel like he's going to talk more about gods, because he said that monsters is the least of your worries. I feel like Jet's going to be like, "What are you talking about?" And he's going to probably talk about his head, like how he came into this world or how he was what he was.
He's like, what
breathe.
You can't say what's the difference between a man and a god or whatever. And then whatever Jed said, Tokus or whatever he said. But yeah, so I think he's just gonna bring up gods more, and I feel like that's gonna bring into what they're planning on for the rest of the season. And
because I feel like Hope and Lizzie are like the main thing for this season to finish off with. I feel like Ben is going to be the main villain for maybe next season, and they're going to build him up to where they don't see him as a threat, and maybe build him around each character before we find out that he has a ulterior motive. Because I don't think they're going to throw in that when we already got Heretic Lizzie and No Humanity Hope going around, and we just destroyed another villain. So who knows? The next one is from Paige. Do you think the show will implant a time jump at some point?
Yes.
And if they do, where do you think all the characters will be? I think they're going to be time jump because if you really notice, everybody's kind of leaving the school.
Yeah.
Josie's left. Hope and Lizzie are not there. Landon is not there, and Caleb even insinuated that he should go. So everybody's leaving, especially with Lyric not here. And I don't think Lyric's going to be coming back, or he's going to come too late.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody's now being more productive outside of the school, like because the last 3 seasons they never, last 2 seasons they never left the school. It was always
think about it in season 4 of the Vampire Diaries, they graduated, and then the next season was college.
Well, they wasn't there a casting call for college students?
Yeah.
Mind you, that was for
I think Lizzie and Hope are in a college next episode.
I just want Hope and Landon to be away from the school, maybe be in New Orleans, have their own apartment.
Have their own apartment.
Having their own place. I mean, the dream, that's the dream.
Something, honestly. But yeah, like I feel like they've been insinuating a time jump, and I feel like it makes sense that when Landon comes and Hope, they probably have their little tour, the little travel, and have a time jump. How many years? Do you think it's gonna be a couple years, or do you think it's gonna be a couple months?
Better be some years.
Yeah, it better be like 2 years at least. 2 years of them.
Years. Let Arya keep his beard. Let him grow his hair out. Don't put
no more jail. No more jail, please. Like 312 and 313.
Yeah, and then Handon is like engaged, almost getting married.
Not you losing your mind like this. That would be free.
To see the engagement though, please.
We're getting a flashback of the engagement. It's on my head. Like when Hope is telling them they're engaged, we're gonna see the flashback. Don't worry, I got you.
Oh, okay. The next question is from L. How do you think the writers will write the ending versus what do you want for the ending? I don't know how they'll write it. But we did kind of explain how we wanted the season to end. So
I trust them though. I trust them. Yeah. So I'm
it's been promising.
Whatever they come up with,
we'll probably be like, oh, how do you not think of this? And
yeah.
Or I'll just be like, I was right.
Yeah.
Or like me.
So good, like that.
Just enjoying the ride.
Stop. Yeah, we're just here. We're just here supporting. The next question is, do you think there will be an episode where the Super Squad goes in Hope's mind, aka Chamber de Casse?
I'm hoping not. I think we're gonna see Hope's mind next episode.
Yeah. The keys.
Without the keys, yeah.
I don't think the squad's
gonna I forgot about the key.
She's getting one key from
if anything, it's Hope going into her own mind.
Yeah. Maybe she's on the damn sarcophagus. I don't know the stuff like.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, Hope would have done something for them not to get into her mind. She literally made them not be able to find her.
Yeah.
Somehow Lizzie was though. Lizzie must have had the accurate precision location. But yeah, so I don't think she'll let them even come close to her mind. The next question is, do you think there will be a time jump of Handon going to New Orleans after Hope turns on her humanity?
Maybe. Better fucking be.
Better be something. It better be something.
We are desperate. Like, come on.
We're desperate for some content. It's embarrassing. The next question is from Katie. How do you think Hope and Josie's relationship will change after Hope killed Lizzie?
Hoping who?
Killed Lizzie.
Josie.
Well, she didn't really care too much about her dad, so do you think she's going to care about her sister?
She won't be there to find out. No, but seriously, she won't be there to find out. I don't even think I think she knows Lizzie is dead right now.
She knows something happened to her. Do you think she'll be relieved? Because now she'll think that Caroline can come back. Caroline doesn't have to worry about the merge anymore.
She'll think the merge doesn't have to happen.
Yeah, she'll be like, well, now we can be back together as a family because now my mom don't have to be in other countries trying to find a solution to merge.
Yeah.
I don't think we're really gonna see it because with Kaylee gone, and us not knowing if she's gonna come back, it's just like it's up in the air at this point. We probably won't even know. Like it's me personally, I don't think Josie would really think of anything about it because she didn't before, especially with Alaric.
And it was Lizzie's decision.
Yeah. And Lizzie was even with the goodbye. She's like, you know what I did is, like I did it. I had a backup plan, and she's like, you deserve to be happy. And it's like, what kind of goodbye is that if she's just gonna come back? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think it's not something that the writers are worried about right now with everything going on.
So, we'll see. So now we're getting into our Handon/Landon section, which is a lot.
Well, now it's about when we just
it's about now we're stepping into our real reason why we're called the Handon Weekly. So now let's get into it. The first question is from JustCool1124 on Instagram. Will we get Dark Handon this season? Now listen, I'm the Dark Handon. Yes, I mean I'm the Dark. I'm the Dark Handon warrior. Okay, I've been wanting this since end of season 1, and I've been waiting for it patiently. I don't care if we get it in a half behind version, just with Landon snapping on people. I need it, and I feel like now since Hope don't have to break her back for anybody. I think Hope, even though her humanity off, she said what she said. She meant what she meant. End of discussion. I'm just hoping that when we leave, Hope and Landon can do whatever they want to do. Do whatever you want to do. Be savage. I don't care. I'll support. Give us some Dark Handon now. But team up, fight, beat somebody up, drink some blood.
Oh, we need and Landon's been really super snarky in in Limbo, and he's finally
he's brooding
some of that trauma, and questioning why he can't just be happy, or why Hope can't just be happy, or
why people are lying to him.
And it's just and the way that he's been passive aggressively shading Alaric is everything that I live for.
Love it.
And so him coming back, and then him and Hope just being yes, please, Dark Handon, yes.
Listen, it's what we deserve. So give it to me now. Anyways, the next question is from Ada and Winnie. Anything to do with Landon's thoughts or otherwise? Is this for what we want from Landon?
I think just in general, yeah. Any thoughts on what
Phoenix,
happened with Landon?
Powers, Phoenix.
Tears, please. I want his tears.
Brett did say that we were gonna get more Landon's family dynamics or answers or whatever, and we all assumed it was Clark. I guess the question was about Selah, but now with Ben in the mix,
maybe that'll be the question.
About how Landon actually exists. And
Phoenix powers activate.
And yes, his Phoenix, because he's gone a whole season with no powers, and he didn't actually burst into flame or anything when Hope stabbed him. He just fell.
He just fell. So
he had a whole season without Landon development.
It was her blood, and he literally didn't melt. If he was supposed to melt, if her blood was toxic to him, he would have melted the way that Malivore melted, and he didn't.
I think that shows that she's actually toxic to Malivore because Malivore was destroyed. No, Landon.
Yeah. It's very subtle way for the writers to say that Hope is not toxic to Landon.
Yeah.
Would make sense if Ben's his dad.
His DNA donor.
I mean, he's still a daddy. I don't know. Landon's father is just very beautiful man.
He's a DNA donor. That's what he is.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Destiny. What is your favorite Handon scene out of all the episodes?
Like season 1 to 4, like
I
top
guess.
Handon scene.
Yeah, so out of all the episodes.
Oh,
so
That's
who wants to
sick.
go first?
I don't think I can choose.
You know what?
You go.
Yeah, you go first.
109, fireplace scene. And
My
I got
scene?
my fucking parallel. I got my parallel in the recent episode where Landon goes, I want to find a way to hope, or I want to find my way back to hope.
My favorite scene is 111. Y'all know the scene, the nose thing, because that's the first time we ever seen like Hope really happy and so carefree, even if it was just because of a slug. Like she literally was out here just laughing, and Landon was even shocked. So yeah, that was even 2 years later, so cool.
Do I honestly have to say what my Handon one is? I feel like everyone knows.
Yeah, we know. But just say for people that's actually watching.
For people that don't know, that have no idea what my obsession is, it is the nose kiss.
Oh God.
3 or 4.
We are shocked, Robyn.
Oh my God, that's it?
Really? I wouldn't have guessed. It was her Zoom profile for a while too. So
I
know, and then Cowgirl Hope happened, and I should go back to the nose kiss. So.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with all the floating kiss thing. Like since the moment Hope shows him the palm, and then when they kiss.
True.
I think that's a beautiful. And I can't I'm gonna choose 2 because I cannot. It's just like children, I can choose. The pancake anniversary is like.
If we're choosing 2, then my next one is the fire kiss they had when she was like, prove it, you know.
I know Landon. I know it wasn't technically Landon, but I love the scene where she was like, you're everything to me. That scene was like, when she said that, I got the fucking chills. I'm like, they're so in love. It's disgusting.
Side note to that, before I say my second one, side note to that, if anyone wants to come at us for saying that we can't like those scenes because it's not really Landon, then they can't be WandaVision fans.
Yeah.
Can't be a hypocrite. Cannot be a hypocrite, because Wanda, that wasn't the real Vision.
It was technically Landon.
Wanda created that Vision out of her love and out of her memories is exactly the same way that Hope created that golem, even though Cleo did it. It was out of her love and out of her memories. So if you want to sit there and say that wasn't Landon, then you can't sit there and say that you love Wanda and Vision. Just FYI.
Yeah, it's still Landon acting like Landon because he only was activated when Cleo activated him.
Exactly. It was her love and her memories. It was literally her memories made flesh.
In his mind, there's enough Hope Michelson to go around.
Okay, since you know me so well, what's my second favorite Handon scene?
Oh fuck.
I think I know. Maybe.
Is it from 111?
No. I mean, I love that scene, don't get me wrong.
So nice.
No? Then I don't know.
Is it from season 2?
Yep.
Is it the bench scene?
It's the bench scene, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
know.
I was gonna say when Landon sings to her, but that's
it was a milkshake one. I think
when Landon sings to her I love that scene so much. But the 202 bench scene.
Next scene, yep.
No.
Oh.
I'm a fake friend.
Give me the crown.
I really stopped that bench when we were in Covington. Come on now.
Come on now, Robyn.
Okay, going off that question, I just want to talk about it. What's our favorite I love you?
Oh,
that.
Why are you?
I think my is 304. No, it's 404. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, 404, no question.
404.
I love you, Landon. I always will.
Yeah, 404. 100%.
The almost always and forever?
Yeah, they always and forever.
I'm gonna go with 208.
8?
Oh
yeah, that's a nice one.
I loved when I was there.
Because that parallels 404.
Yeah.
True.
Because Landon's like, I think I always will, and then Hope in 404 goes, I always will.
I always will. Yeah.
True. Let me go ahead and make edit that. Wait, okay.
We're preaching the gospel nowadays.
Sorry, guys. We got into
this is the Handon weekly podcast, remember?
Yeah.
Or no, Hope's I love you in 210.
Stop.
I love
the parallel for it also parallels 404 the way that she says it because Pia made a thing about that where it was like or the way she says she's like I love you.
Yeah, true. The next question is before we get handed up is from Doug. What are your guys' theories on Landon? On how Landon gets his Phoenix cards back and getting back to the living world? I don't know how he's gonna get back. I just want him to
activate them the same way that Hope had to activate her vampire side. He has to jump in the water or something.
But he can't swim. Never mind.
He can't swim. He can't.
Do we know
he can't swim?
Yeah. He said season 1, episode 5. Season 1, episode 5. He said.
Okay, but the water technically isn't really swimming. It's a veil between the living world and Limbo.
Well, Landon may be like, listen, I can't swim. And then he also mentioned it in 5, right? No, synchronized. No, he said, sorry, I first kid didn't know how to swim.
If he can't swim, why did he tie a cinder block around his waist?
He wasn't exactly
swimming. Yeah, he was just. He wanted to turn around and die. Turn around. He was not trying to swim. He was trying to.
Yes, but if he can't swim and he sinks.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
No air. He said, I can't breathe. Okay. Low on oxygen. Okay. Yeah. He can't swim, but maybe he would tap in and be like, I'm tired of these coins. And then hop into the water.
But because in order for him to activate his Phoenix side, he had to die first in 113.
He uses the coins as a
weight. So we didn't see. And
my God, don't go.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, okay. Okay, continue.
No, okay, he had to activate his Phoenix side. I keep wanting to say vampire side. He had to activate his Phoenix side in 113. So what if he has to activate it again, but they're doing this whole Limbo thing? I mean, we don't even know where his fucking body is, so who knows?
Yeah.
We don't. The next question is, how will the Limbo arc intervene in the main plot of No Humanity Hope? When Landon come back, Hope and got humanity.
And he could be like, I saw Ted and Alaric in Limbo. And she'd be like, oh, Limbo was there.
Yeah, he gonna like, tell me why was Alaric there?
The truth is, Landon is stuck in Limbo until he can come back and bring Hope back, honestly.
There was a theory about the bus stop that Hope was going to go to the bus stop, and then that's where her and Landon would see each other again.
I would correct.
What if it's like, okay, anyone who's, Nosh, you haven't watched Teen Wolf, have you?
No, let me mute. Go ahead.
You gonna watch you?
What if it's when Styles was gone and he's in the same spot that Lydia was in the same spot, and they showed that like one of them leaning against the walls back to back, and it's like that's a Hope and Landon thing, but at the bus stop.
Oh, that would be.
Now listen, I didn't need that.
But I mean,
not
like,
a studio.
Imagine she goes to the bus stop, and he goes to the bus stop, and we have that parallel of them in the same place at the same time, but one in Limbo and one in the real world.
I really wanted a parallel. It would have been a good parallel is with in season was it 3 or 4 or 5? I can't remember where they were writing the initials in the library or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
What the hell is
Could you imagine if Hope wrote? Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah. Okay, give her the thumbs up.
Yay! I'm back.
Nige is tired.
I'm tired of just being okay. Give me a couple months. I'm gonna be watching Teen Wolf in spirit, and I'll be like, yeah.
Maybe you can go back to this podcast and be like, oh, that's what they said.
I'm like, that's what they meant. But I already, I haven't really got any spoilers of any shit from Teen Wolf, so I'm actually kind of shocked. Okay, so is that done with that question? Since y'all kind of okay. The next question is, what powers will he have? We hope we have healing tears, which goes into the next question.
Fire.
Strength.
Yeah.
Yes, I need.
I'm talking about super strength, so.
Yeah, he said, like, he literally said in season 2, he's like, I don't know, Phoenix don't have super strength, but I'm thinking that he's capping.
I hope he can like control people like Melivor did with Ethan and Caleb. It's like like the compelling that Hope has as a vampire. It'd be nice.
That would be very useful.
I want him to be OP. I want him to be OP. Yeah. Like, I don't care. I want him to be OP.
As OP as Hope is. I want him to be as unkillable as Hope is.
Yeah.
Exactly. But to be honest, he technically won't have anything to kill him because the ain't the arrow's gone, right? Did they destroy the arrow?
I don't know. They never really said.
Golly. I don't know. We're getting for straws. The next question is, will he revive Hope with Phoenix tears?
We hope so.
Somebody
I mean, there has to be a reason why they don't let this man cry, because it makes no sense.
Yeah, and the closest he got was when he was talking to Alaric, when he was like, that we fulfilled it.
My God, that scene was so powerful.
How choked up his throat got. I thought he was going to cry.
To be happy, even if we couldn't do it together. I can't.
Which parallels Hope. I just want him to be happy, even if it's not with me.
Yeah, that's the meaning of love. Like, literally the meaning of love.
Why do they do? They're so annoying. I cannot. Jesus Christ. I hate Handon. Handon and T. Let me stop.
Then Landon's. I have no idea what to do, or whatever he said. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. And then parallels Hope and 202.
Yes.
They parallel each other every day. I'm tired of Handon. I gotta go into therapy.
No, you're not.
I'm not. I'm going to go into therapy. I used to talk to my therapist about this. He's like, yo, listen. She's like, what's that? What's like, oh, Legacies? I'm like, yeah, come on.
We got an hour? All right, bet. Let's do it.
Right. I'm like, I'm going to use all your hour of time. The next
question. No, stop.
Hour of time. Take your hour of time.
Stop.
You're the one who brought it up.
I didn't. I forgot. I can't even say that sentence no more. Oh, the chokehold.
It's like I can't hear wait a damn minute without thinking.
I can't even hear the Handon Weekly without.
Not the Handon Weekly. Handon
Weekly. God. Okay. Let's not have a breakdown about.
Yeah.
The next question is he related to Ben from Phoenix?
We think so.
Hopefully. Next question is from Katie. What do you think Benu and Landon's relationship will be like?
Who?
Benu. I guess Ben.
Ben.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. I mean, maybe since he got like a little father bonding with Ted, he probably won't have a good one with Ben.
I think it's gonna be because Ben's so young looking. I think it's gonna be more like a brotherly thing. But
like, if he's Landon's dad, how can he be Jed's boyfriend?
Well, but he's just Landon's DNA donor. He's not an actual dad.
But it ain't like Jed and Landon is related though. So
no.
Oh yeah.
So it ain't like they can't, like, it ain't like, it's just gonna be like, oh, you're older, like a lot older.
I'm gonna get my bed storyline.
How about the bed?
My
swag.
Hashtag bed. The next time I talk to Ben,
call them if he really is Benu, we can call them like Jenu.
Oh God.
I knew that they were gonna get together. That's what I was about to say. Is that
I'm gonna tap out. Okay, so the next question is from JT. It says, if Ben really is the deity that is linked to the sun, creation and rebirth, can he bring Landon back to life?
Maybe.
His fucking body.
If Landon has his DNA,
if he has a body.
Yes, where is Landon's body?
Landon's body over here levitating by the train station. What if Hope discovered his body? She's like, oh, this is where I killed
Landon's body.
Stop.
You cannot tell me.
My jelly book.
You cannot tell me that Landon's body is just sitting in the middle of a train yard.
What if Hope hide her body like Damon used to do with Elena, but like we didn't see it? I don't know. I'm just lost for words. I just Handon. I don't care, honestly.
Did Alaric even send anyone to go look for Landon's body?
He didn't.
Anyone
He didn't care about Landon.
Yeah, obviously, no one cares about Landon because no one was like, "Hey, we should go out and find Landon's body." Maybe like
but the thing is, right? Because Hope did tell him like it's about to get real crazy out here, and he just left, never came back. Crazy.
Never came back.
Never came back. He didn't even send out a research team or a reset.
Even after Lizzie and Josie went into Alaric's head and they found out what happened, not like I understand Lizzie was upset about the whole Alaric being beaten into a bloody pulp thing. Josie clearly wasn't. Josie was more about helping Hope. You don't think that, I don't know, maybe finding Landon's fucking body would help?
They said Landon body are a priority. Did they think he dissolved, or do they still believe in the he's toxic to her, so he dissolved thing?
Yeah, probably they think he's
maybe that's what they think, because how would they know since he's been dissolving, I guess, but
yeah,
who knows? Maybe they think that Landon is fully just consumed, and I don't. The next question from Pops: what is your dream scene with Handon or not? Hopefully, we'll have your future episodes of the season. I know mine. Mine may be controversial. I don't care, but I know that I want a blood drinking scene from Hope and Landon, preferably Landon offering his blood, because I know that Danielle's not comfortable with, biting people's necks, and she's close to Arya, like they're besties. So I feel like it's what I want to see.
Period.
I want a Handon wedding.
Oh.
I've always wanted my 113 parallel where Landon's over Hope's body instead of Hope being over Landon's body. And dead, yes.
Let's rephrase that for people.
I want a domestic thing. Oh, keep going. I'm sorry.
That's it's not you. It's his face. It's the face he did.
Yeah. Go with.
No, I was just saying.
She was done. Yeah, she was done.
Yeah.
She was just.
What do you?
So I want the domestic thing. Like I keep telling this to Robyn and Pia. I want like Handon to have their own loft, and like I want Landon to be cooking, and then Hope to hug him back for his back, but like she's wearing his shirt and all. Like
you're about not a whole scene. Not the exact.
I want the wedding like we had with Freya and Keelan. Like I want a Handon wedding. I want the vows, and I want that whole like
Lizzie officiates it. Lizzie officiates it.
Okay, but what if we actually get a wedding and like they do like a whole flashback like from the originals from to now, like kind of like how they have flashbacks with Bella and Edward.
Okay.
We would literally die. Like I don't
got those flashbacks, the half a man flashbacks in season 2.
God.
So what if we got flashbacks like of their relationship during their wedding? Yeah, like you were saying.
Oh, and then what a song choice?
Landon better propose at the dock.
I want a first meeting flashback.
Oh, yes. It better include Peter with a black week on the bottom.
You know what I want? You know what else I want? I want a dance scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we didn't get one. We got robbed out of.
A prom thing. Let them dance at prom. Like I don't care.
Their first dance as husband and wife. That's all I'm gonna say.
Or even the school dance, the dance in the parking lot underneath
the fact that Roman had a dance after what he done. Nah. Don't even get me.
Get your water bottles ready, Naj.
It's right here. It's right here, ready. It's ready to go. Okay, the next question is from Jay. We already know that Landon has the highest percentage of turning on Hope's humanity aside from her family. My question is, how do you think Landon will do it?
By being
I don't know. Being there, because look how her eyes flickered when she saw him. He didn't even say, well, Cleo didn't even see nothing in Landon's voice yet. She already was flickering.
He's gonna come back to life. She's gonna be like, oh, let me guess, you're another trick or something. And he'll be like, no, I'm the real me. And she'll be like, prove it.
And then he start talking about stuff they talk about together that we never seen.
Yeah.
Or he just has the necklaces and he just goes.
Yeah.
Always in forever.
To 404, Landon, is that really you?
Oh, always and forever.
He goes, I bet you say that to all the Landon.
I bet you to say that to all the Landon. Yeah, exactly.
I can't.
Not the tears. No, honestly, like he said that, I'm just like, oh, so you're making jokes. Cause we had to see all the Landons.
And then
too.
Be like,
Yeah.
We have to go through all these Landons too, playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Which one ain't Landon though?
You're alive. Oh, what if it's like, okay, when he woke her up in 301 and she's like, Landon, you're here for you always. What if we get a parallel to that? She's like with no humanity, she's like, Landon, you're here. And then he says, for you always, or something.
Like, I don't know. I know that this is never gonna happen, but like, imagine if you like start like not singing, but like saying the words about her. I would literally collapse.
He goes like, you once told me that I was so patient, or whatever. Oh, can you imagine? Like,
probably gonna be some flashback because
can you imagine? Because Landon has literally proved these last few episodes how fucking patient he is.
Yeah, I think
how trusting he is. It's literally Hope's letter.
How kind he is.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a call back to their story somehow, because Brett like love his parallels. I think it's gonna be something like that. Something big, the story that he's gonna come back or something like that. I don't know, but like maybe there is Landon that's gonna be.
Well, Danielle did say the necklace is gonna come back and play.
Yeah,
and we've kind of seen it, but like it's gone again.
Yeah, is there Rebecca?
Danielle replying the questions like all about Handon. She's in slick.
We see you, Danielle.
We see you. We see each other.
Danielle, we'll see you also next year.
Yeah.
So hopefully, everything goes into plan. So the next question is from Eli. Do you think the return of Landon and Hope's humanity switch will happen together, and there will be a pause between the two events? So when Landon returns, do you think her humanity will switch automatically, or it will pause between events? I don't know.
No, I think he'll get back first, and he'll have to go find her.
Yeah, I don't think he'll like automatically summon where she's at.
Reappear where she is. He'll have to like go find her.
Okay.
Which goes with the 109 parallel. How
always find you.
Actually has to find her.
I'm so ready.
Okay. The next question is from Handon's bed. Cuss words. Explicit. My question is, how do you think they're going to bring back Landon? I mean, the entire plot may be that he's had unfinished business, but wouldn't it be unfair to explain Klaus' death, for example? He also has unfinished business, and they didn't bring him back. So I hope that Hope pulls a resurrection spell or something like that. She's powerful enough to resurrect him, but not enough to resurrect an original vampire. Well, Klaus is not coming back because Joseph does not want to come back. So even if Klaus
end his story.
Like even if Klaus come back, is nothing that can really be resolved, to be honest. Like, I mean, he can come back, but Joseph doesn't want to.
I mean, it doesn't make sense that Landon has to atone for Malivore, and Landon sacrificed his life, so he should just be able to go to peace.
Yeah,
so I agree with that part.
Yeah, but the thing with Klaus is that Klaus said that he will find peace when Hope does. Yeah. So she can't, his unfinished business is basically because of her unfinished business. So what's the point of her resurrecting him back to act something that he already knows?
But Klaus technically, does he really have unfinished business? Because he basically gave up his life for his daughter to prove to her that he was worthy. And I think that's all he wanted his entire life, was just to know that he was worthy. And by doing what he did for his daughter, he got that closure. So he doesn't really have unfinished business. Whereas with Landon has a whole entire life to live. It's not so much unfinished business. It's more just an unfinished life.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question from Handon, Legacies. Do you have any theories about what would it be like for a Handon reunion? Tears.
Kind of say, we're going to be crying a lot.
Yeah, we're going to be crying a lot. You're going to see Iz and our reaction. It's
going to be like when they I fucking cried during 208 when they had that.
We're going to need Pia and her notes again.
Yeah, because we're not going to be ready. I feel like Pia is very organized. She was organized before with 404. We're not going to know anything. So it's going to be bad for us. Wait, did Pia come in 404 or 405?
404.
Yeah, we're not going to be. No, we're not going to be ready.
The only reason we were able to even retain any information from that other than the Handon stuff was because Pia took notes.
Yeah, and with me and Iz, like, we're reacting to stuff and then we're processing it while on a 2 to 3 minute commercial break, so we're not taking any notes. So we're out of the equation automatically by default. So Pia is definitely our backseat provider for the nation. So
yeah,
we're gonna need it. We're gonna yeah. We don't care how the reunion is done. We're just gonna be satisfied wherever. Well, it depends on how beautiful it is, but we know it's gonna be amazing. And I feel like we're just gonna cry. We're gonna be emotional. I feel like we may go through the plot of the episode, but we're probably gonna just go right back to the reunion and save the reunion for last. So yeah. The next question is from Stacy. Will Landon and Hope still be at the school or have their life they discussed? We better get the life they discussed. We do not need them at school. And I feel like since Hope killed Lizzie and turned her into heretic, Alaric is not going to let her back into the school. Unless he's going to say that he sees something different in her, which he's probably not going to see. So, I don't know. But, anybody else want to add to that?
No, I agree.
The next question is from JC as well. Once Hope and Landon reunite, will there be some readjustment period, or will they continue their more normal-ish relationship going forward after Hope humanity comes back? All the emotions will follow.
It's not going to be the same.
Oh, let's ask you for Mercer. Yeah, I feel like I don't feel like the relationship is going to be the same. Like, I feel like they're both hitting different points in their lives where it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be innocent. And it's going to be stronger. They're going to be fully dedicated to the team. I feel like now they're going to put each other first instead of throwing themselves over the loop to save other people who clearly, once again, lies to them, doesn't care about them, and seen them as a weapon since the beginning of time.
I feel like they're gonna. Yeah, I can go.
Oh, you can go. I was done.
Oh, I feel like they're gonna live like it is their last time together, because I think they got proven again that they can't lose each other, and I think that they always put them behind what they want to do and the stuff they want to do together, and I think that's gonna change right now.
Yeah, and Landon was naive in season 1, where he thought that he was indestructible and Hope is indestructible, but now they've both experienced things that can kill them, so they cannot be putting themselves in these riskful situations knowing that there is things that can destroy them out there. So I feel like now there'll be hopefully more communication, and not like the recon in season 2. And I feel like now, since everybody else is now trying to prove that they're able to be a leader and can defend themselves, that they're not going to rely on Hope anymore, because they've been proving, it's been like, what, since season 4 started, there's been them trying to fend for their own. So now they don't have to rely on Hope.
They are very much more stronger together, helping each other heal, than trying to heal alone by themselves. So. Exactly.
And I feel like they now, since they've experienced so much loss between them, that there's no more time to waste. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, guys, before we go to the next? Actually, that question was from Mercer. Correct me on that. Sorry. Okay. The next question is from Sarah. Do you like the writing of Handon so far throughout the 4 seasons? Is there something you would change? What are your opinions on the development / growth? We would like to change a lot, preferably from season 2, season 3, and season 4 is okay because
we would like those 5 months explained.
Yeah, the 5 month of Hope just being distant from Landon, and I'm supposed to believe that Landon never tried to talk to Hope for 5 months. Bless me.
Like, I get the whole angst stuff and things like that.
Yeah, really, but we didn't even see it. Like, we didn't even see it. Yeah. We didn't even get an established 5 month jump. We got a 5 month jump, and Landon sat there for 5 months and let her distance herself because they're doomed. Yeah. That's literally impossible.
And like, Landon is like 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
We go from let's work as a team to you got to stay back to let's work as a team to he's dead to well, you got no phoenix power, so you're let's get in angst. Like, I just feel like it was too much back and forth. In season 2, I knew that it was going to be a loophole from what I was going to know, when season 2 began. Like season 2 was supposed to highlight, or 2A especially, was supposed to highlight the how even though Landon doesn't know her, there's a connection between them, and yet it fell flat when the reveal came. Like the first two to 3 episodes, loved it. I loved it. Episode 4, loved it. But there's no way that Landon found out that he found out who was in his vision, that he killed himself for months for. He killed himself for months, 2 to 3 months, repeatedly, to try to figure out who this person was in his vision, and then he gets it and then tries to have sex with Josie the next episode. That makes no sense. What was the point of him killing himself then? And then the killing, him repeating like suicide was erased. Him killing his brother was erased. Like he was so out of character. And I'm just like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like he was so out of, like he's been, my brother got fit. I want Ralph to stay here. Don't tell Ralph I'm leaving. To, okay, let me just leave Ralph as a wolf form because I got a girlfriend now. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I feel like the whole Handon thing and landing me out of character was so, it turned me off for the whole season. I just was like, nah. Because then when Landon was like, I loved you when I was dead, I was like, you did, but when you found out about her, you just didn't care. You try to put her with Ralph. You know that was with the girl from your vision. Like, nah, it just threw me off. So no. That whole season 2A could have been scrapped or rewritten. Season 3, I'm gonna say this now. If Landon's trauma is not addressed about the prison world, then Golem Landon was a waste.
We're fighting.
Yes, we know, like we see how Hope sees Landon, but if you're not going to tell us what he's done during those times that he was gone, then season 2 is just a waste.
Well, it's like we didn't even get the fact that he was killing himself over and over again.
Yeah, we didn't like that was never addressed. And then now we're supposed to sit here and let Landon come back from the limbo.
By his dad, he was locked in a closet in Malivore. Like, what did he go through?
What did he learn how to fight while he was in the prison world? Like, how, like, if and
he was willing to have himself be trapped in Malivore as long as Hope was okay. Like, that's got to cause. He said, "Oh, I've had worse, or I've been in worse places, or whatever." And it's just like, okay,
like we have to talk about this. Like, I feel like Landon is probably the most unexplained character in this show.
I think one thing I would change, it's not necessarily about Handon, but it is about them. It's just the fact that nobody cares. They don't care about Hope. They don't care about Landon. They've never cared about Landon. No. The only 2 people that care about Landon and Hope are Landon and Hope. And you could really see that in season 3. That's the one thing I disliked about season 3 was how people reacted to Hope grieving.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. She had this moment with her boyfriend, and then he just dies, or he disappears, and nobody.
Yeah, and then it got spread to the whole school. Who told them that?
And then they wanted her to do like a school tour, and MG, he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to help. I'm having a year of no." Why? Because your girlfriend slept with someone else who you shouldn't have even been with in the first place. That don't even get me started on the wrongness of that. And you're sitting there telling Hope, who just had her boyfriend fucking disappear, that you're having a year of no. Mm-mm.
And then he definitely didn't have a year of no, because he had a year of hiding, and he still kept loyalty to Alyssa.
Fucking year of hypocrisy.
So yeah, it was just ridiculous. And like I said, I feel like the Limbo thing, he's going to come back, give a Hope, and it's not going to be discussed. I feel like in my deep gut that the whole Malivore thing is not going to be explained. And
the fact that we got a little taste of his trauma in that speech with him and Alaric, like, I don't know if it was Lane who wrote that or Brett who wrote that, but we really appreciate that was written and that was put in there, because like we have been saying since the beginning that Landon hasn't ever
talked about it.
Yeah, he's never talked about it.
Yeah, but in 401, like he literally was like, okay, yeah, I've been through worse. I'm cool with dying. Like he sounded pretty calm. I was like, that's impossible.
He was willing to take his own life in 301, and then like it's just
it's a mess. But I feel like hopefully the prison world thing gets touched, because if it doesn't, season 3 was a waste of my time. yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The next question is from Jay. This is probably not worthy to answer, but want to give it a try. Is Hope a jealous girlfriend? Can't barely watch episodes that she's jealous or just handle. I don't know if she's jealous.
No,
No,
I think
kind of.
she's confident in her love for Landon and his love for her.
Yeah, I don't.
There's no reason to be jealous.
Yeah, I don't think she's jealous. I think I was, like, no, like Landon literally told her about what Pam Macy, and was it Pam Macy? Yeah, I remember that girl name right, and Hope was just like, girl, she sucks. She fumbled.
Yeah, like
I was like, she's like, it's her.
But like they had the clear scene, like in his eyes, in Landon's eyes. I think she was more bitter than jealous.
I think, like, even in the therapy box in 305, the whole, like, oh, Josie was at the dock with Landon. I don't think that was a jealousy thing. I think that was more that she felt bad because she still feels bad for
she still feels bad for Josie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even with the Cleo thing, she was not even jealous that if Landon did want to go with Cleo. She was just like, as long as he's happy.
Right. She wasn't jealous when Landon was with Josie. She just wanted Landon to be happy, which is exactly like what you said, what she said to Cleo. So, like, no, it's not a jealousy thing, because if you love someone that much, then you would rather be happy.
You would have sabotaged anything. Like, exactly. She even tried to help. Hold on.
In that time, Josie, she say, like, I was so jealous when I see you two together, because I think that there's not like jealous of them. I think
she was jealous that Josie was with Landon.
Yeah, she was with Landon. Like,
she was living the life that Hope wanted. Yeah. Like, if Hope was really jealous, she would have sabotaged several times.
Exactly.
She wouldn't have tried to get the letter. She wouldn't have tried to get that letter from Josie to help locate him if she was trying to be jealous
in the relationship. But I think she of course she doesn't want to lose him, but I think she would like mask her jealousy because she would want him to be happy no matter what.
Yeah.
So we don't think she's jealous at all. The next question is from Sarah. What's your argument against the opinion that states Handon are toxic, and that Landon is insecure and wants to become the hero, which led to his death, making Hope relive her trauma all over again in a toxic cycle, and that they prevent each other from growing as individuals? They're not toxic. I don't know if that means in a literal term as
I don't think they prevent each other from grow, because without Landon, Hope would still be the same sad girl locked on her room without friends.
It comes full circle. Without Landon, Hope is closing herself off from people.
Yeah, and he said that in his letter. Don't pull away.
Exactly, because he knew that when she lost him, she would come back to the place.
And the thing is about
Landon, and I think she wouldn't want to take a chance again.
Yeah, and the thing about Landon, like Landon being insecure, is that like he was literally a human.
He's not insecure.
Like he's not insecure of of anything. He's like, first of all, Landon was literally a human, having the most powerful creation be with him. He did not want to be a burden on her shoulders. Yeah.
Well, so he tried to. He didn't want to be a hero per se.
Yeah.
He wanted to help Hope. Literally, no one else would.
Yeah, like what? Like did that mean?
Yeah.
Like did they want? Let me rephrase this. So did they want Landon to just still be Maliborn? Because like he was gonna have to die at some point. So, and you can't say that it's Landon's fault for wanting to get killed, because her friends did not help her find a plan to get Landon out until it was too late. And Cleo didn't, and Cleo somehow knew that she was getting saved after the first time when Landon almost got dragged. She didn't know what it was.
And it leads to even after what happened with Landon, like with the scene with MG and Hope has to put the sword to her chest. It's like putting a blade through the chest of somebody you love. And then with Lizzy, you haven't killed anybody you cared about.
Everyone in that school, including Alaric, added all this. They're all like, "Oh, Hope will do it. Hope will do it. Hope will take care of us. Hope will protect us."
And the thing is, they never tried to help.
Yeah, they all
never tried to
weight
help.
on her shoulder. Landon was the only one trying to lift it off.
Yeah,
so
saying that Landon's death is making her relive trauma. He had no choice because no one was helping her. They were signing her off because of what she did in 308, but let Caleb slide by. He did the same exact thing.
Yes.
Like, who was out there to help her? And then Cleo tried to push her into becoming a fourth tribrid, and then did not think about anything else.
The only time
I was going to force her to kill Landon still.
I mean, the perfect example is when with Wade, with the whole fairy thing. Like, literally everyone's standing there watching the fucking monster standing there, and Landon's the only one who fucking jumped in. But the only time that he chose to die was with Pothos.
Yes. He literally had his heart.
And he wasn't doing it to help her relive her trauma. It was literally the fact that he was helping save her, first of all, with Pothos, because like she was dying. And second,
like nobody in this world is immortal. Like anyone that hopes gonna date, if it's that what you guys are worried, are gonna die on her. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna relive the trauma of seeing someone she loves die. So what is the point?
And the fact that they prevent each other from growing as individuals, no. They help each other grow.
Exactly.
Why do people think that a person cannot grow or
together
or learn or anything if they're not single? Or if it's a female with a man. Like,
because they're stupid or they never had a relationship in their life, because it makes no sense.
One, clearly.
Yeah. Like I'm sorry, but like these things like get me so annoyed. Like
I just don't understand how Landon dying is still like Landon is still getting blamed for ending the enemy. Like I don't understand. They had months.
Landon legitimately someone a Jope in a tweet said to me that because he has a window in his room, that was the reason why Hope's body was
or like they
blamed the window.
They blamed Landon for having a window in his room, and that was the reason why Hope was taken. If she wasn't in his room, she wouldn't have been taken.
To kill him. Like he literally made the choice for her easier.
Okay. Let's redact that. If she was in her room, she still has a window. The one that she pushed out when she was so happy that day. Yo, shut up. Just shut up. God.
The water bottle?
I saw people like saying that Landon forced Hope to kill him. Like,
kill my nerves.
Landon forced Hope to kill. Yeah, exactly. How?
He literally made it easier for her. He was like, I know you have to do this. You have to kill me. Like, he didn't cry. He didn't put like.
He didn't guilt trip her into him still trying to live.
And she knew he was right. That's why she did it so like that's why she did it, because she knew he was right, because that was the destiny.
Right. And it's better for her it's better for him to die knowing that he still loved her and like he's dying on his own terms, and her to feel guilty that he never had a chance to talk to her before he died. Come on. Just shut up. And don't let it happen again.
It's like I think that Danielle said that all the choices that Hope does is always gonna have Landon in her mind, because that's what her future is. I think Danielle said that in an interview, and like it's the same thing as Landon. Like whatever they choose, they always have each other in their minds, because they live a life together. They have a relationship. They can make choices that are gonna affect each other. It's like Hope, when Hope was deciding to turn into a Triad, she went to Raphael because he was the closest thing to Landon. They was like, do you think Landon's going to be okay with this? Because that's something that would affect him too. So I think that there's stuff like in a relationship that people don't understand or don't want to understand or just
But the stupid thing about that is, if she was in a relationship with a person they wanted her to be in a relationship with, they would be all over this storyline. They wouldn't think that this person is dragging her down. They wouldn't think that they're toxic. They wouldn't think that Hope was reliving her trauma. It's literally only because it's Landon.
Like, why a man can do whatever it takes to save the woman that he's loved. Why a man can put a life in risk, but like Hope can.
Right, you gender swap them. Hope was the man and Landon is the woman, everyone would be eating this shit up.
Yeah. And like, Hope it doesn't resolve around Landon. Like, she literally, you guys literally say it. She has trauma. She doesn't want to lose people that she loves. That's why she's so overprotective. It doesn't matter if it's Landon. If she was dating Josie,
Yeah, and you know what?
leaving,
And you know what? You know what? It talks back to the previous question. Because if we're talking about Handon is toxic, then it also contributes to Hope being overprotective, which can be a toxic trait. So she didn't want Landon to go nowhere. When Landon became a human, she didn't want him to go out. So if we're really gonna talk about toxic parts,
so I don't have the same trauma as Hope does, and yet I still don't want people I love to leave.
Exactly. Because she have traumas. And let's talk about the leaving part. Because wasn't Landon in Hope subconscious that was the one she said that leaves all the time? But anyways, let's continue.
Landon, the only time he ever left was when Roth convinced him to leave because he was planning on killing himself instead.
Yeah.
Roth convinced him to leave.
And Landon was coward. Like, let's say it, because he didn't want to hold Josie and he didn't know what to do.
We're talking about obsession. Let's talk about Josie.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, we could talk about her with all the running away too. So
yeah,
flip the switch.
I mean, Landon never left Hope by
his own
will. Never left Hope by his own will, and Hope knows that, or she wouldn't be with him. Because she literally wants someone that will stay, and Landon stays for her all the time. He literally had his heart ripped out of his body. He ate a bunch of disgusting stuff so he could save her life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you guys want to cry about it. You can do whatever you want. You can cry. You can tweet. You can make everything you want. But, like, nothing's going to change the story of the show that comes from the originals. It's like 5 years of story and still continuing. Like, it's been 4 years and Hope is still in love with Landon. And, like, they are literally apart because they got apart. This wasn't
their choice. Not because they chose to be apart.
Exactly. Like, at this point at this show, like, my opinion, it can be biased, but like, I don't see it then being with anyone else because I think their love is like just the love that will last.
It's beautiful.
Like, because they also didn't have the chance to like enjoy being in love because there's always things being thrown at them.
Yeah.
All the time. And I think that that's why I also think that this season is kind of gonna end with them being a little more happy and having their time because we are tired. Honestly, we're just tired.
Yeah,
I can talk like hours defending.
It's the Handon attorney coming up for us.
Yeah,
this episode.
We could defend Handon with our dying breath, and everything he made is true.
Yeah, and we can say like why Hope and Landon are right for each other. We can talk about like all the reasons they love each other. We can talk about 4 hours. We can talk about 4 hours. Like, if you want, we can make like an hour episode of why Hope and Landon are each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't change the fact like you think they're toxic. Okay, it doesn't change the fact they aren't. You think they stuck each other. Doesn't change the fact that Hope and Landon help each other develop because Hope is literally Landon's home. She gave him a place to belong, and Landon gave her like her emotional development back. Like, she was stuck in this grief, and then she learned to open up again. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're literally end game, but like, you do you, I guess.
Stay safe out there. The next question is from V. What happened to Landon's body, and how will Landon come back to the real world if his body is not found, or even if it's found? We don't even know.
That's the million question. Like, where is Landon's body?
It's probably still at the train. Getting moldy.
Like, how many days has it been since that?
We got some birds eating
becoming a Dryad.
It's been 2 weeks.
Sorry.
Right. He's a tree. He's a tree in the middle of it. No, but how many days has it been? How many days since his death? A week? 2 weeks? Like, how long has it been?
It's been like 2-something weeks. So
probably a month.
Probably a month now.
So like his body, it's got to be a couple weeks at least.
It's been a couple weeks, probably a month now.
No, I'm gonna have to go with like maybe Triad. Like Paige said that Triad has his body or something, because there's no way that he would have that his body would just be sitting in the middle, like decaying in the middle of a fucking train yard.
I was too stunned to speak. I don't know. Hopefully they got it. The next question. Oh, these are Hizzy/Lizzy centered questions now. It says theories for Heretic, Lizzy, and No Humanity Hope team up from Ada and Winnie.
I'm gonna eat that up.
I'm gonna eat it up.
Mm-hmm.
Slurp.
Yep.
No, as we should. The next question is from Luke. Dark Hizzy era. Do you think they will take down Aurora and Triad?
Yes.
Yes, they need.
Hope's gonna bring Lizzy into her like plan.
Look at them already planning. Like, this is what is getting me so hyped. Okay, the best part of the trailer was when there was a zoom in of them after Lizzy broke that girl arm or whatever she did, and it was the spin around them while it said gods. Like, they're literally powerful, and they're about to do some work. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay, the next question is from Stacy. Will Heretic, Lizzy, and Siphon Josie still merge, or it's solved? It's solved.
No, we think it's solved, but we did kind of touch on this at the beginning of the podcast. So,
yeah. The next question is from Bex Vega. Lizzy's thoughts on Heretic. Her emotions are going to be heightened. How will she act? I don't know, because because no one's around her except for Hope. So maybe her anger will be more heightened.
I think she'll be a little bit more controlled, but I really get the feeling, okay, you remember when in the pilot, when Alaric found her in the kitchen and she was having that complete meltdown and just like throwing plates around and everything like that? I feel like her emotions are going to be as intense as they were that day, because she doesn't know how to control them, because she was still just learning, even as in her witch body, how to control these powers and everything. And now she literally has an unlimited source of magic at her disposal, and that's going to affect her.
Well, that kind of can lead into what Freya said to Hope, is about becoming a vampire. Everything around you is different.
Yeah.
Sounds, the smells, the textures.
Her feelings for her dad, the fact that her sister is leaving, if she knows, her anger towards Hope, but then also her love for Hope, like just the fact that she doesn't want to hurt Hope, and all of those things. So yeah.
But also,
I think you know one thing. I think Hope's gonna guide her. Somehow.
I hope she does. But yeah, I'm hoping to also cover Lizzy's mental health as well. Mental health should be covered in this show, and I'm hoping that it's all for every character. Mental health is very, very explored in a accurate way. The next question is from Stacy. Heretic, Lizzy, and Landon died with Hope's blood in their system. Does it mean they're sired to Hope? Well, Lizzy may be, but Landon is not sired to Hope because he's not.
Landon, I don't think have anything to do with
her blood was frozen. Her blood was frozen. I mean, turned into a sword.
I don't think Lizzy would be sired to Hope.
Well, she is sired in the sense that it's Hope's blood, and so she's
like the bloodline.
What you think
not like the sire bond or whatever, like they want to think that is between like Damon and Elena.
Yeah. So now we have the last three questions, which are personal from us. You're getting to learn more about us. The first question is from Michelle. What are you all most excited about SquadCon?
Danielle.
And you guys. And with each other.
And each other.
Yeah.
And maybe Arya.
And Arya.
Yeah, we are meeting so many. We are meeting so many of you guys too.
We're meeting so many. Like we're already like a group of like 15. Like it's actually insane.
But just the fact that
for me, it's like I'm so excited just to meet all the girls, like you guys and Pia and Carla.
Yeah. And staying in the Airbnb together and like
and we also hunted for seats.
Yeah.
Me driving down by myself. It's fine.
No, but Paige.
No, it's fine.
Paige, are you driving with Iz?
I'm gonna come the day after, and everybody's already met and everything, and then I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys!" It's gonna be like that TikTok or that meme or whatever. It's like
when a girl's coming, they're like,
guys.
They're like, "Hey."
The Airbnb is gonna be already a mess.
gonna be mess. We're gonna be watching Handon episodes, so you're gonna be seeing some live
Yeah,
live
we're gonna watch
content.
like Legacies together.
We're gonna
That's
watch
why.
the Legacies, the new Legacies up together, and then do a podcast episode. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be fucking fun. Where
that's something
all
I'm
of the
excited.
non-camera people are gonna buddy with the camera people.
Yeah,
Actually, now we're just gonna be next to each other.
No.
Like,
So you and Naj will be in separate rooms, and then me and Vic will go with either one of
yeah,
you and like buddy up on your mics, but not in the camera, and so we'll be like 2 and 2.
but also in our reactions, you'll both be hearing our yells in each other's recordings.
Yeah.
yeah.
Golly.
We'll do a reaction together.
I'm really excited for meeting everybody, and then just the fact.
Well, actually, right.
Yeah.
Me as could do our reaction together. Just
Yeah,
send it to each other. A collab.
Yeah.
True.
No, I'm also excited to Danielle's reaction. Is she gonna recognize us again?
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
Well, like if she walks across the stage, and never mind, I just good.
Because we got our front row seats.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, ready to go. We are set to go.
We got our Airbnb already. We have the hotel room for the Saturday night.
Yes.
The only thing we don't have, we all have our tickets now. The only thing we don't have are our flights.
Yeah, which
Exactly.
we can't really predict until like it gets closer. So
yeah.
But yeah. The next question is from Mariah. I really want to know, what are your dream jobs and things you want to accomplish in life? My dream job is to be a vet. And my accomplishments is just to continue on the podcast, to do things that I love, get more animals and more snakes, and keep being carefree and like, enjoying life, because it's like, it's short and you can't live in regret and self-doubt. So
yeah. Like I have a psychology degree, and my dream is to be able to help like the less, how can I say that?
Less fortunate?
Yeah, the less fortunate community, to have like this, to be able to have this treatment, because like mental health is something very important to me and for the world right now. And I think that is also very expensive, and like not everyone can reach it.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, I always wanted to work like in this area, like social, and be able to help these people and create like programs and everything that can help more this society, and like just live life and meet people that I like. I hope that this isn't like our only meeting. I hope that we can start meeting each other like once a year or something like that. And
yes, they're gonna be our routine. They're gonna be our routine thing. It's gonna be like Twilight Con, but Legacy Con. We're gonna meet at Convention every year.
yeah, or just like meeting each other like once a year. Like, oh, you got to America next year, we go to Canada, and next year you guys come to Brazil, and it would be fun.
Exactly.
My dream job is, it's not necessarily a dream job, I guess it is. It's just to get more women active and seen in the film industry and the entertainment industry. And like, I guess the way I could start that is like, I want to at some point have my own production studio and kind of have it a women run production studio, because women are very overlooked in the film industry nowadays. And I feel like if we could spread that kind of talent, and let that be seen rather than being overshadowed by men, because it really is overshadowed at the moment, that would be like a dream of mine, is just to like have that kind of job and have that kind of influence on the film industry, and bring projects with very powerful and inspiring women as the main focus would be a perfect thing for me. And accomplishes life is just to spread positivity and spread love, because in a world like this you don't see it a lot, and every ounce of it that is spread around could grow and grow. And I feel like that's it, spread love and positivity and be you. So yeah.
Oh, she hitting her.
Okay, so I work in accounting, which is not my dream job, but I'm really good with I'm good with numbers, I'm good with math, and I am pretty smart sometimes. So, but that is not my dream job. I want to write, which I mean is
which is amazing.
Yes. And I want to be published, and so that would be like a dream for me, is to have something published, and maybe even see like something that I write come alive on screen. So that would be my dream job. And then kind of as an accomplishment, I mean, to touch on what is said, is like, if we started with this podcast, we started because we wanted to bring joy to people, and we wanted to, you know, bring happiness to a fandom that, you know, is pretty toxic at times. And doing this and like meeting all the people that we've met and talking to people and like making friends around the world, and now not only making friends online, but like now we have a chance to meet people in December at this Legacies Con through this podcast that we've tried to spread so much happiness through. It's just like it feels like a dream come true. It feels like we're achieving our this accomplishment because we work really hard on this podcast, and all of us, every single one of us, and sometimes it hasn't been easy, you know, especially with like our separate lives off of the screen, and, you know, and our mental health and everything that's been going on in our lives and everything. So just being able to, if our words, even through my writing, if my words or our words can help someone smile or feel a little less alone, I think that for me, that would be a biggest accomplishment.
We're getting deep here, but we started this podcast because, you know, we wanted the fandom to be alive. We wanted you guys to have a safe place, and, you know, with everything going on and the separation with ships and within this fandom, we wanted people who necessarily would be afraid to speak out or afraid to, you know, say they like something, to be able to have a space where they could be like, oh, I like this. And we'll be like, yeah, of course you can like that. Nobody's gonna like something.
Yeah, and when I came, well, this ties to the next question: has Legacies changed your lives in any way, and how? For me, Legacies is like my first kind of social fandom. I've been in several other fandoms when I was younger, but I've never been on like social media to the point where I've met and talked to people like in Zoom or on the phone or text messages every day. When I joined Legacies, it was after season 1, and I went to Instagram, and there were not that many Handons ever. So I got to Twitter in like October when season 2 started, and Vic like brought me into one of the group chats, and that's when we all met at some point. So honestly, this is like one of the closest fandoms I've been in. So the fact that we went from just people who talked about Handon every day to people who can talk on Zoom for 7 hours, can talk to each other every day, no matter the time zones, and like we're seeing each other this next year. It's just crazy how we went from like complete strangers to people that we cannot stop talking to. So, and this fandom has helped with so much stuff. So yeah, I mean, we went from like when I first started with like Handon, there was not that many people on Instagram, like, and to see the Handon fandom build, especially from the last 2 years, it is actually crazy to see people who are scared to express their love for Handon without being attacked are now being vocalized about their love and their, you know, their happiness and excitement for storylines and the actors and actresses is phenomenal. Let alone new writers, new editors are coming out, and now, you know, the hate train on Landon is being lifted, because I've seen so many more edits on TikTok than normal. It's more exciting. And like we made this podcast for people to have a safe space, and we knew that we could potentially get attacked or just harassed just because
we have been.
Yeah, we have. And it turned out to be one of the best decisions ever, because our idols know about how big the fandom, well, how supportive the fandom is and how dedicated the fans are, with not only talking about the show but talking about them overall. So I think we did a big thing, and we can't wait.
And going back to the hate that we're getting, you know, thank you, because it's just fuel for us, because at this point we never thought we would have some sort of impact on anybody in this fandom, whether it's a good impact or so-called bad impact or whatever. And going back to what Naj said about the fandom and how Legacies has...
You froze just for a moment.
Yeah, you froze a little bit.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I was saying is without this fandom, without the show, the four of us, we would not be here right now. Without you guys, we would not be with you. We would not be here on the screen. We would not, we
were on four different spectrums.
Yeah.
Like it was used to number like head Handon on YouTube. Robyn was head Handon fanfic. I was on Instagram doing Handon edits, and Vit was on Twitter basically shouting Handon rights. She was the only Handon account that I used to stalk on Twitter before I came on Twitter. So she was like the known Handon for me. So we were all on different platforms, came to one platform and just rose on up from the top, and it's just crazy because due to the fandom, I started to do reactions. Like I was so like nervous of like putting my face out there. And I was like, I want to do YouTube since I was a kid, might as well do it for Legacies. And now I'm doing Legacies and watching other shows and seeing other people, interacting with other people. So like this fandom has changed my life a lot. And yeah, we can't wait to see y'all next year. Yeah. Bigger things coming, especially
Legacies. I keep saying this. Someone asked the other day and on Twitter, and I replied with the same answer, is that they brought a family. Because like I could never not see you guys as part of my family now. Like you're my family. Pia too, and Alex, and like
I'm trying so hard right now. So good.
I mean, the fact that like you guys are my sisters, and I love you guys so much, and like I feel so empty when we don't talk every day. Like when I didn't have my account, I had to make another account just so I could talk to you guys.
Oh God!
And meeting is
with each other.
Yeah, like
and pretty amazing.
I mean, we love to see
from morning to night. We literally, guys, we don't go a single day from morning to night that we don't talk.
Listen.
And on different platforms.
Robyn and I call each other after work pretty much every day.
Yeah.
We literally always go on Zoom if we can. We literally had a 7-hour Zoom chat just talking.
Yeah.
We all cried about
after the conversation with Danielle, we were literally
we all cried,
and then it happened during that Zoom, and we were like, "This is
after the thing." Like it. I feel like we always talk about how
every time they were in Covington, they would literally just
like we experienced it with them.
When we FaceTimed them because we had to have them with us.
We experienced it with them.
When Danielle followed me, the first people I told were you guys.
Yeah, it was a collapse.
It was because it's like we're making these accomplishments together. We're doing it together. Yes, Danielle followed, but like that's her following all you guys too, because we're all together in this, and we're like, this journey of the podcast and our reaction videos and stuff wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for this show, if it wasn't for Danielle and Aria, if it wasn't, we told Danielle that we're like, the reason why we're here today is because of you.
Yeah, and the thing is, we don't have to lie about Danielle. Like, if y'all think that we're lying, why would we lie a whole 3 months later? Like, what is it to lie about? Danielle, no one forced Danielle, no one held Danielle against her will to watch or acknowledge the podcast. We mentioned this podcast to her 1 year ago, and she just conveniently remembered a year later. Yeah. This is not we don't harass her. This was something that we literally did not think was going to happen when we met her. We were going to ask questions about her life.
How are we going to harass her?
Yeah, before you guys make assumptions about what happened, you don't know.
The thing is, we never came into the meeting asking about the Handon Weekly. We didn't even mention Handon. I couldn't even say hi to her before she devoured our conversation, as she should. So why do we need to lie? I brought the sticky note with me somewhere in my room. I brought a sticky note front back of what I wanted to ask her about, like her life and how she handles, acting and her career, and didn't get a chance to ask one.
No, we didn't have. We went into the meeting saying we're not going to talk about Legacies. We're not going to talk about Handon. We just want to talk to her because she's a person. And immediately, 2 seconds in, she brought up the podcast and she brought up Handon and
and the thing is, I think after October, it really kind of shifted to us that we're just like it changed because we did this podcast. We're just like, okay, like this is our safe place. We're letting y'all hear us clown for an hour. To getting so many guests from the show, to getting an invite from someone on the show. Come on.
Like we just did this to like give people space and then giving them like
and seeing us, like the four of us as the Handon outlet. People like, hey, like how hey, I want to be in a group chat, or hey, is there any fanfic? Like for us to be their resource. Like who would have thought that we would have been like the go-to?
Because of you guys, like I didn't want to come to Twitter, but like you guys are here, so I want to be part of it. So I think that's
like the fact that we were all like picked for this podcast.
Let's reach the actors. No, because there is some things that happen.
I do not. I like
private because we want to keep to us.
Yeah.
Like we don't like. We're not going to sit here and tell you our whole conversation with Danielle. Like.
Or even what happened a year ago, or even what happened after, or anything like that.
Like that's between us. Like I'm not going to sit here and
we don't have to defend ourselves.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you the precious things Danielle said to us that made us cry.
Again and
you
again.
Don't have the like. It's just the point. It's like you don't have the right to tell us anything about what happened with Danielle with us when you sit there and you talk as if you know her.
Yeah, it's just like nobody know. We don't know her.
We don't know her.
Yeah, we're just talking about based off experiences that we've had with her, and she's literally the sweetest human ever, and she's literally a person. She's just a person.
Yeah,
she's normal, just like that. And like she deserves to
feel normal, and it's just
She deserves
once again,
we can also go hours talking about Danielle because she's just the sweetest.
Yeah, she's the best, and I can't wait. We can't wait to talk to her again and
meet her.
I'll be expecting the epic hug, Danielle.
Yeah. And hopefully
we all just like meet in person and hang out.
Yeah, 1 hour of our time.
Yeah. And so obviously, Legacies brought a lot to our lives. Changed our lives for the.
What makes you say that?
And I cannot wait to meet everyone who's coming to SSC next year, and get to finally put like faces to names. And I know everyone's going to see what I look like, and I'm really sorry about that.
Don't play with me, man. I'm not playing with her.
But
I just spilled all my jelly beans. Hold on, you're good. I'll be.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Continue talking. You're good.
It's fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I cannot wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to meet you guys and hug you guys. You guys.
Event. It's going to be a clown event.
And, Pia and Alex and Paige and
Carla, Bella, Finn, Hilda. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a mess. We're going to be a mess.
Gonna be a mess. Like, if you guys think we're not gonna be crying when you meet each other.
I'll be the first one.
The 6 of us especially is not me, Vit, Pia, and Alex. It's gonna be a sob fest.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna cry first though?
Robyn.
Okay.
Robyn.
I don't know. If
me.
Anyone crying, we're gonna start crying.
No, Vit's gonna start crying.
You didn't cry with me, so that made me. But then again, I didn't cry either, so it's.
It's gonna be non Vit.
With each other. Like,
cool. I'm gonna make everybody cry.
Vit's just gonna hug everyone.
Yeah, she should. Group hugs.
But I don't know where my top went.
Once again, we're dwarves, so please do not come for our height.
I'm not. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Bella, if you're watching this, I'm gonna kick you in your ankles.
It's okay, Naj. You and I, when we go to hug Danielle, it'll be easier for us.
We'll be
We're
like
gonna
this.
respect the smart community.
They'll have to squat down on their knees.
Break my back.
That you and I are going to be in the back all the time.
Yeah. Like
rest in peace. Rest in peace to anybody sitting behind them at the con. They can be like, oh my God. I'm like, sorry. They got that front row seat.
But it'll make it easier for Danielle to see me and Vit because we're talking.
True. Listen, I'm like, Danielle. And she's like, not. Stop.
But yeah. I don't know how long this ended up being.
I think it's like 2 hours, actually.
Probably going to be a long. So if you guys are still here, we appreciate you listening. We love you guys. We can't wait to see you again. And the week after this one, so the episode that comes after this one is going to be another really, really cool one. Can't tell you what it is, but it's really, really cool.
Just you wait. It's going to be a good one. And you guys are seeing the one that we posted last week because this is the week after. I told you it was a good one.
So good.
I was dying because it was such a good episode. Jennifer was such a sweet human, and it was just
there again.
Yeah, can't wait to talk to her.
You'll definitely be
Yeah,
seeing
definitely trying to get her again in the end of the season to tell us all about the
everything
outfits and everything.
So that was
all right.
Q&A episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It was long. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Handon weekly content. Social media will be linked. YouTube channels will be linked. Streaming platforms will be linked to listen to other apps.
Our merch link.
Yes.
Too.
And we'll be making merch for the con. So
we are, and I think we're gonna have more merch too. Right? As we have a few other things that we're gonna do.
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait to see it.
So,
also, there are new fans who are trying to go to the con, and you want a group chat or need help, DM us. We'll be able to help.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys.